I want to turn to another one of our Washington experts, NBC correspondent Heidi Przybyla, who has been working her sources all week through this news cycle and heading into this morning. And Heidi, what are you hearing from your sources, and who are the Republicans to watch as Pelosi drives this out to the floor that puts pressure on those who have to decide where they stand?
Right, Ari. I am in touch with a number of my House leadership sources who are on and off of that floor this morning. And what we are witnessing here is a Democratic Party that is really closing ranks around their leader and around this process. Even some of the most endangered Democrats are expected to vote with this spare a few. The real question in their minds at this moment is whether they will get any Republican support for this. I can tell you from my sources that the members that they are watching who may be most likely to break, although they have no idea at this moment if it will actually happen, are those retiring Republicans. Republicans like Justin Amash of Michigan, like Will Hurd of Texas. Those are the guys, Francis Rooney, for example, of Florida. Those are the guys that they are watching. They do not expect any Republicans who expect to come back and set foot on that floor in the new Congress to vote for this. And that's for a number of reasons, Ari. They may actually get more support, they think, for an actual impeachment vote than this for a number of reasons. Number one, a lot of those Republicans haven't seen any of the evidence that's been laid out in these closed hearings, and their main argument really has been process. And in my meetings over the past couple of weeks, Ari, with some of these moderate Republicans, even they have been griping about these process arguments. Their votes are not needed for this to succeed and for this inquiry to go forward, and they know that very well. But why are the Democrats so comfortable with having this as a party line vote, which it may very well be? Because according to their own internal polling, which we obtained about a week ago, Ari, even in some of the most competitive battleground districts and states, there is a lot of support, majority support, for holding this inquiry. There is not majority support at this moment for an actual impeachment vote, but there is majority support for going forward with this process, and that is why you see the Speaker and other Democrats stressing the need to have this inquiry and to have it in a very transparent way, and comparing this to previous inquiries and how those were run out of the House.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.